Hey, what's up, guys? It's 24/7 Fight Talk, and I'm bringing you my March Madness picks. Obviously, Selection Sunday just happened yesterday, as I'm taping this video. So, I'm a basketball fan and a football fan, just like I'm an MMA fan. So, I thought I would prepare my bracket and show you guys as well, and maybe get your thoughts. So Louisville taking them to beat North Carolina A&T or Liberty. It's no surprise, really. Louisville is one of the better teams in the country. I'm just going to do my round one picks. Uh, Colorado State versus Missouri. I have Colorado State. I mean, they're the best rebounding team in the nation when you look at the advanced metrics and the numbers. So no real surprise. Oklahoma State over Oregon. I just don't really like the Pac-12 teams this year. I don't really think they have a lot of great talent, and I think Oklahoma State can definitely beat Oregon. St. Louis over New Mexico State. St. Louis, these guys were sleepers at the start of the season, and they've really started to play really well. And New Mexico State, they haven't really done much to prove that they belong. This is one of my upset picks for round one. St. Mary's College over Memphis. So the reason I have St. Mary's, even though the games haven't been played yet, I have St. Mary's beating Memphis, mainly because I don't know, the Gales have been proven. They've been here before. They're very experienced, and they know how to get wins. And yeah, Michigan State over Valparaiso. No surprise here. It's a 3 seed going up against a 14 seed. I like Michigan State to move on. Tom Izzo's very good coach. He's going to have his players prepared. And then we see Creighton versus Cincinnati. I like Creighton. Obviously, you can see in this bracket I really like Creighton, as I have them reaching the Elite Eight. And they got Gus McDermott. He's a very good coach. Don't sleep on Creighton. They will surprise a lot of teams. Last in the Midwest, Duke versus Albany. I have to take Duke. Really. I kind of doubt it's going to happen this year as well. It could. Obviously, last year Lehigh upset Duke, but I think times have changed a little bit, and I like Coach K's side to at least win the first round game. Okay, moving on to the West bracket. Our first game is Gonzaga versus Southern College or whatever Southern. And I like Gonzaga moving on. Obviously, they have Kevin Pangos. They have good bigs. They're well coached. And they're one of the best teams in the country, obviously, as they got a number 1 seed. Second, I like Pitt over Wichita State. I gotta be honest, I haven't seen either of these teams play very much. But I chose Pitt because they've been here before and they're well tested. Moving on now, Wisconsin versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss for the upset, and Ole Miss can really light it up. They got a great scorer. I'm blanking on his name right now, but look for Ole Miss to upset Wisconsin. Kansas State over Boise State or LaSalle. Kansas State, really good motor team. They spread the ball out well. They get out in transition well. They're well coached. Kansas State is just a solid blue chip team. Arizona and Belmont. I'm taking Belmont. I don't really like the Pac-12 teams very much, as you can already tell. I don't think they're going to do very well this year. And Belmont is kind of a sexy upset pick, so I'm taking Belmont. New Mexico over Harvard. This is a game I want to watch out for because I think Harvard might be able to pull the upset. I mean, I haven't picked them, but don't be surprised if Harvard beats New Mexico. Lastly, we got Notre Dame against Iowa State, and picking Iowa State. They frequently do well. I mean, what can you say about Iowa State? It's just one of my teams. Ohio State over Iona. I actually like Ohio State to win the whole thing, as you can see right here. Great bigs. Aaron Kraft is one of the better guards in the country. They're good defensively. They're a very versatile team. And, yeah. Alright, moving on to the South. Hopefully you guys can all see this. Kansas and Western Kentucky. I like Kansas. No real surprise there. UNC versus Villanova. This is going to be one of the games I really look forward to when watching. These teams look really even. And UNC and Villanova have both been on a tear. UNC has done pretty well so far. They almost won the ACC, I believe. And Villanova has big wins over some big teams like Marquette. VCU. This should be no surprise that I'm picking VCU for the people that were that remember last year and actually the year before when VCU surprised a lot of teams as the Cinderellas. Now they're a 5th seed, but I don't think anything changes. They have nice press. They bomb threes. And I just like Virginia Commonwealth to advance. Michigan over San Diego State, obviously not a huge surprise. Very, very good guards in Trey Burke and Tim Hardaway Jr., and I like Michigan State. Next, we have UCLA over Minnesota. I got Minnesota. I just think Minnesota is going to shoot the lights out and will be too much for UCLA. Again, not really liking the Pac-12. Florida over Northwestern. No real surprise here. I think Florida will absolutely destroy them, honestly. San Diego State and Oklahoma. I gotta be honest, I haven't watched a whole bunch of this game, so I'm just going with the favorites, San Diego State. Don't bet on that one. Georgetown and Florida Gulf Coast. Georgetown looks pretty darn good this year, so I like them to advance. As far as the Elite Eight, I have Louisville, Creighton, Kansas State, Ohio State, Indiana, Miami, VCU, and Florida. Alright, the last bracket, the East. Indiana over James Madison. Excuse me. Indiana, I mean, Victor Oladipo is one of the better players in the country. So is Cody Zeller. He's a future NBA prospect. And yeah, I like them to advance. North Carolina State over Temple. North Carolina State is one of those sleeper teams. I mean, if you recall, they were ranked very, very high at the start of the season, and they began on a slow start. But I'm still a fan of North Carolina State. And, I mean, they could pull off a shocker and beat Indiana. It is very, very realistic. UNLV over Cal. Again, not really liking the Pac-12. And the Rebels are a pretty good team. Syracuse versus Montana. This is another one that you have to watch out for. Montana can absolutely shoot the daylights out of the ball. And, I mean, Syracuse obviously plays that zone. And they're going to have to play up on Montana. I'm not sure they can play a zone against Montana and stop them. Butler over Butler and Bucknell. Bucknell's a sexy upset pick. Marquette over Davidson. I'm a bit of a Marquette fan, mostly because Dwayne Wade used to go to Marquette. And, I mean, I just like Marquette. So, Marquette, Illinois, and Miami. So, this was my entire bracket. OSU over Miami in the final. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, you can subscribe and like for more content. I'm going to be trying to put up about a video a week, so you can catch all that excitement on 24/7 Fight Talk. Thank you, and have a good day.